Pokémon Unite Attackers specialise in dealing incredible amounts of damage, usually from far away. They're able to pressure opponents on lanes early on if left to farm, and can easily carry an otherwise lost game in the right conditions. The best rank high in this Pokémon Unite Attacker tier list. SYLVEON. SYLVEON broke the Pokémon Unite meta in just a few short hours upon its release. The intertwining Pokémon made Twitter headlines with players parading ridiculous match statistics pages showing 26 plus KOs. The reason for that was SYLVEON's rapid scaling. Dealing and receiving damage increases its stats throughout the match, then choosing to boost that further with an assassin negating Calm Mind or siphoning HP with Draining Kiss, it's a PIKACHU goes in type of Pokemon through and through. It deals increased amounts of damage as the match goes on as well. Given that it evolves as early as level 4, it starts to ramp up in power before most Pokemon even get a decent move. Paired with light CC, SYLVEON absolutely shreds anything but the bulkiest SP def sponges. Duraludon. Duraludon is a powerful attacker armed with strong ranged moves like Laser Focus, which lessens the damage taken for a short while. It also boosts basic attacks. The attack can also turn into Dragon Pulse, an incredibly effective move. As a large Pokemon, Duraludon's ability is Heavy Metal, allowing it to resist being thrown or moved by an attack once. This can allow some close-up attacks by making a rare opening. Similarly, it can use its size with Dragon Tail to shove other Pokemon, while also boosting attacks. Decidueye. Decidueye's Pokémon Unite's idea of a raw ADC and attack damage carry from other MOBA games. It strikes hard, fast, and from a distance, but it can't take much of a punch if caught out in the open or if lunged upon by a speedster. In ideal conditions, Decidueye can absolutely shred the team, but its success depends on its ability to snowball early on. Its slower start can make this difficult. Inexperienced players or those who overextend will lose out on this early scaling needed for Decidueye to shine, which can affect the rest of the match. Alongside this, with the defender meta emerging in recent patches, sometimes its damage just isn't enough. CINDERACE. CINDERACE is a natural attacker and a fan favourite starter Pokemon from the Galar region, so it's no surprise it appears in Pokemon Unite. Only 3 Generation 8 Pokemon are currently playable in the game, and CINDERACE is a great attacking option. It's got a lot of speed as well as its stellar attack stat, perfect for enacting guerrilla tactics on unsuspecting opponents. PIKACHU. It may surprise you to learn that PIKACHU has one of the highest attack stats in Pokémon Unite. However, this means its other stats do suffer a little bit, and the fact that it doesn't evolve leaves it a little frail. However, if you can get attacks off without receiving hits in a turn, PIKACHU could be a high-risk, high-reward option. Pair it with a Zorora ganking from the jungle and you've got a winning combination that's difficult to stop. ALOLAN Ninetales. ALOLAN Ninetales is a ranged attacker that uses moves to freeze its opponents in ice. This makes it somewhat of a supporter too, as your opponent's movements will be impacted by Ninetales' attacks. You try attacking when inside a miniature glacier. Ninetales boasts great range and some interesting attacks that can block off routes or force opponents to rethink strategies, which puts it high on our tier list. Evolve it as soon as you can though, because Vulpix is very weak. GARDEVOIR. GARDEVOIR is the first DLC Pokemon available in Pokemon Unite. It came with the ability to teleport and also has an almighty SP attack stat. Future Sight is its bread and butter. It's a powerful ranged attack that detonates in a large area after a short time. Its delayed fuse means it can be dodged if you're paying attention, but it's not easy. Paired with virtually any sort of CC from ALOLAN Ninetales to VENUSAUR, GARDEVOIR can hit like a truck without really trying. The only way to shut it down is to get close. Fast. CRAMORANT. CRAMORANT is an interesting pick in Pokemon Unite, but not a terrible choice. Level it up to level 9 in order to access its Unite move, Gatling Gold Missile. CRAMORANT will launch multiple Pokemon out of its gullet at a high speed, inflicting range damage on any opponents daft enough to come close. Its Unite move can destroy entire teams, but the rest of its kit isn't up to the same standard, unfortunately. GRENINJA. The bane of Generation 6 competitive play, the Ninja Frog looks like it could cause havoc in Unite 2. GRENINJA can create a smokescreen copies of itself, so enemies will have to work out which one is really you. This can become in clutch in awkward situations, but will be infuriating to play against. VENUSAUR. VENUSAUR is the final Pokémon Unite attacker. It has a good range on its attacks, but as with all 3-stage evolutions, you'll have to level it up plenty to evolve it fully and make the most of its power. Bulbasaur can seem a little weak in the early stages, especially compared to the likes of Lucario and Snorlax, but the tables will turn when you evolve. Solar Beam was buffed in the most recent patch, but it's not enough to propel VENUSAUR from the bottom of the attacker pile.